Sister wives. Kody's victim act makes me feel bad sometimes, but also confuses me. I feel like he was insensitive with his exes about Coyote Pass and more. Sister wives star Kody Brown's showing a softer side lately, and now and then he seems to feel sorry for himself. However, when he plays the victim, I often feel a mixture of compassion and distaste. His decisions led his ex-wives to leave him, and Kody's said bad things about them since their departures. So the fact that he won't take any blame makes me uncomfortable. I don't think his victim act is logical or convincing. Kody's not an angelic figure. While Kody has Robin Brown, I often feel like he's lonely or lost. That activates my empathy. In my eyes, Kody appears to resent those women for being happy and successful, even though they have every right to be. When Kody stalls on selling Coyote Pass, although Mary and Janelle want him to list the property, I hope that he's not intentionally hindering them. I hope that he's not trying to play the patriarch when absolutely everything has changed. I feel like Kody lives in the past when the present holds untold possibilities and the future can be so bright. Maybe Kody loses sight of what's beautiful in life too easily. Right now, he has a wife who loves him, a fancy house valued at $2.1 million, and 17 children. Yes, his relationships with some of those kids aren't ideal, but he's their father. This is a big family where the potential for truly fulfilling bonds is vast. However, he focuses on the negative. In January 2025, Kody said on screen, during a Sister Wives episode, "The thing is, going to them might work better. Waiting for them might not work at all." While he's feuded with Peyton Brown, Gabrielle Brown, and other grown-up children, there's always hope. It's about being softer, more apologetic. It's about spending time with children and making them feel important. It's about consistent love every day and night. Kindness can work wonders. When I think about my own kid, I often get that Johnny Cash song in my head, "Walk the Line." Because he's mine, I walk the line, doing what I can to make him feel loved. I will always walk the line. That's a love song, but to me, it's about a parent's love. My son keeps me on the straight and narrow, bringing out the best in me. Kody can also walk the line, going all out for the adult kids who have occasionally doubted him. He can prove himself, putting good credit after bad. Then things may get better. By actively reaching out to his children, Kody can make those relationships shine. It's possible to start over, to try harder. On the flip side, Kody lost a son. That is a loss so great that words fail me. As a mother myself, I have cried because Garrison Brown is gone. It's a terrible thing which personally made me feel for the entire Brown family, including Kody and Garrison's mother, Janelle. No one should have to lose something so precious. So, my mixed emotions about Kody make sense. He's loved and he's lost. He's up and he's down. He's the villain sometimes. Gwendolyn Brown accused him of overspending, as seen in the clip above. But he's also a man who has trudged some hard miles, soldiering on after a loss so profound that healing will take a lifetime if it happens at all. Kody breaks my heart and sometimes infuriates me. What I'm trying to say is that he's human like we all are. Kody needs to focus on what makes him happy rather than arguing with exes who don't trust him anymore. He needs to find ways to lead a truly peaceful life. We all have our methods. I like to meditate. Music is also a great healer for me. I like to laugh. I think Kody needs to laugh more. His exes are gone and they probably won't come back. Kody touts a karmic connection to Janelle, but she's not feeling it. She's thinking about lawyering up instead. Instead of being combative, he once accused Cristin of parental alienation, or praising Robin for stopping him from screwing over Janelle with regard to Coyote Pass. Yes, that really happened. He needs to forgive them and himself. The plural marriage wasn't easy for anyone. Some families make polygamy work, but the Browns could not. Kody needs to let go. He has a certain amount of time on the planet, and how he thinks will play a big role in how he feels. If he tries to see the beauty in his exes, in the kids he's feuding with, he will be on the right track. He may need some space from everyone for a while. The death of his son was traumatic. Hopefully, Kody is taking care of himself. Kody's not all bad, and Sister Wives fans often dehumanize the man who fell in love with Robin, but maybe, just maybe, he couldn't help doing that. While he should take accountability for certain things and treasure what he has in his life, some rain has fallen, and that's not always his fault. Watching Sister Wives has always been a fascinating experience. The drama, the struggles, and the emotions behind every decision they make keep you coming back for more. But there's one thing I can't shake off after watching season after season: Kody Brown's constant victim act. Sometimes it makes me feel bad for him, but more often than not, it leaves me confused and honestly frustrated. Kody has this tendency to portray himself as the poor, misunderstood guy who's just trying to make the best of a bad situation. Whether it's his relationship with Robin or his ongoing struggles with his ex-wives, there's always this undercurrent of, why does this always happen to me? He's quick to express that he's done everything for everyone, and somehow it's always someone else's fault that things go wrong. It's hard to not feel for him in some moments, but at the same time, I find myself questioning whether he's as innocent as he claims to be. Let's talk about Coyote Pass, for instance. The land that was supposed to be the family's new start, the fresh chapter where they would all build their dream homes. To me, it was supposed to be a symbol of unity and hope. But as the seasons went by, the way Kody talked about Coyote Pass started to raise some serious red flags. It seemed as though he was more focused on how hard it was for him to manage the land and the finances rather than actually considering how his ex-wives felt about it. When Kody first brought up the idea of purchasing Coyote Pass, it was supposed to be a solution. A solution for a family that had struggled with constant moves, tension, and lack of space. He had grand visions of creating a new reality for his wives and children. But from the way he spoke about the land, it felt like the decision was more about him than it was about creating a place for the family to thrive. There was no consideration for the emotional burden it would put on his wives, especially his exes, who had already made so many sacrifices for him and his vision. For example, when Kody made the decision to buy Coyote Pass, he acted as though it was just another step in the grand plan. But Cristin, Janelle, and even Mary were dealing with their own struggles. Cristin had just left Kody, and she wasn't in a place to be emotionally invested in a big land purchase, yet she was expected to contribute. The fact that Kody never really took their opinions into account left me wondering if he truly cared about their needs or if he was more concerned with appeasing Robin, who seemed to always back him up in every decision. I think what confuses me the most about Kody's actions is his attitude towards his ex-wives. There's this tendency he has to paint himself as the martyr, the guy who is constantly making sacrifices for everyone, yet never receiving appreciation in return. He doesn't seem to acknowledge the fact that his ex-wives had a right to feel hurt and left behind. It's as if his sense of self-sacrifice is so all-encompassing that he expects everyone to fall in line with whatever vision he has for their future, even when it comes to major decisions like Coyote Pass. Take Mary, for instance. There were multiple times when Kody and Mary had deep conversations, and while she tried to voice her concerns or frustrations, Kody would shut her down. He would dismiss her feelings and act as though she was the one making everything difficult. I remember moments when Mary would express how she felt about not being prioritized, especially in the aftermath of their emotional fallout. But Kody seemed to think that the situation was all on her shoulders, that it was her fault the marriage was struggling. It's like he took no responsibility for how things had turned out between them. He would claim he was doing the best he could, but it felt like he never really understood how his actions were affecting his wives. When Cristin decided to leave Kody, the way he handled that situation was perplexing. He tried to make it seem like Cristin's departure was a huge betrayal, as if she was the one who had abandoned the family. But let's not forget that Cristin had been struggling in the marriage for years. She had been unhappy for a long time, and despite trying to make things work, Kody didn't seem to care about the emotional toll it was taking on her. His reaction was more about his own hurt than about understanding Cristin's pain. Watching him accuse her of being selfish when it was clear she had been carrying the emotional weight of the marriage for so long made me feel sorry for her. It was like he was oblivious to the fact that his lack of empathy had contributed to the downfall of their relationship.